Project 3 started where Project 2 ended. So I would like just to recap what I was doing in Project 2. Window of Time, that's the name of this project. And here you can see the different layers of paper that are essential to build these windows. These windows of time were based on pictures taken between 1930s and 1950s. And the idea is evoke these vintage feelings, but also to create a more nostalgic idea of the different cities. So these are just playing around in my sketchbook to get the ideas down. Here is another look at my sketchbook, and you can see the different small things ideas that I created. I wanted them to look contained, like in a frame. So I prefer it to doing in teens. There is not much to say about this part. It's mostly what I did before I start doing the themes, the different layers, and I decided to use translucent paper in order to see how it will look at the end. These are two different examples of the final theme. These are different type of a sketchbook. These where I start drawing, deciding where I'm gonna put the characters, what is important, and so on and so forth. I wanted just to share it because there is a lot of work that go in the things that are not visible in the end product, and this is part of it, the research in every picture, the things that I highlight and how I highlight them. So I think it is important for me to show that. I don't know if noticeable, but in this sketchbook there are many elements that are similar in quality than in the theme. That's something that I have been researching how to communicate what these pictures made me feel. So there are things that I'm not so sure I'm gonna use, but they are intrinsic part of the final product. Here is a summary in picture of how I build the themes. To be honest, this was a very experimental process, very trial and error. I bought two different sprays, different cardboard paper, different glues in order to try what it works the best. And I'm very happy with the results, but it took a lot of trials to get to what I wanted. For instance, this is a very small tin, and I realized that in order to see what it is inside, it needed to be a little bit bigger. And for small tins, putting paper at the back and making one layer only is the best. That is what I did with the second tin. But this tin is a little bit bigger, so it will have benefit from the way I did the first tin. But in order to know that, you need to do both of them. So it was a learning curve. So I'm looking forward to how I'm gonna look the final ones.